Welcome, guys. This is Lornick96, and I'm bringing you back to part 3 of my video game collection and other stuff. So, picking up right where I left off, I was talking about how much I loved Sonic when I was a kid, and I still do. I don't love it as much, but it's still one of my more favorite games that were out there. So, if you have a GameCube or Wii, I highly recommend this if you love old school Sonic, because it has some of the really obscure Sonic games that are classics, and that is the Sonic Gems collection. I like these big collection backs because they just have all the old school games combined in. But the cool thing about this one is it has Sonic CD, which was an exclusive to the Sega Genesis CD add-on, which you get this, which is a hard game to find. You also get this, Sonic the Fighters, which I've never heard of before. It's apparently a really weird 3D fighter. Kind of hard, but really weird. You get Sonic R, which I remember having. I had it for the PC when they had it, and it was on the Sega Saturn. And a few others down here. Pause it right there if you want to read them. Some of them are not like what you expect. Like the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is not Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's like this completely different version. Some of them are kind of bad, in my opinion, but it's overall a nice collection because you get Sonic CD, which is a really great game, and a few others. So, yeah, nice treat for us GameCube and Wii owners. Alright, the next one is another Sonic game. I have it for the Dreamcast, the original, but I thought there was a time a while ago where I thought my parents sold my Dreamcast when they sold my Sega Genesis. But I thought they got rid of my Dreamcast, so my friend gave this game to me, and that is Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's basically Sonic Adventure just re-released on the GameCube. They've re-released it on Xbox Arcade and I think PSN, I'm not sure. But I don't know why it's a huge Director's Cut version. I don't think there's that much difference. Maybe a few multiplayer stuff, but other than that, I just got it because it has the game. I didn't really know the controls too well because I was used to the Dreamcast version, but if you don't own a Dreamcast like I do, then you should pick this version up if you want to play it. Or if you want to just get off Xbox Live, you can. It's simpler that way. But this is a pretty cool Sonic game. It can get some people off because a lot of people don't like it because it's an old game. There is some it's not as great as I remember, but it's still okay. I don't hate it. Some people have gotten to not really like it because they think it's just crappy, but I think it's pretty good and cool. Alright, now this is a pretty cool for you Godzilla fans that are watching this. If not, you should. No, I'm just kidding. Now, this is the thing that got me right into Godzilla. I mean, this is start one of my Godzilla remembrance of how I got into it. And I remember at Blockbuster walking by and seeing this game, and I remember hearing about the character, because everyone knows basically who Godzilla is, but they just make fun of him. So, I knew him, so my parents picked it up one time as a secret, and that was Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. And this is what brought me into the whole Godzilla universe. This was like a really fun game for me. I never really picked it up until a while ago. Well, years ago, but I mean, when it became a player's choice. But this was a really fun game. I mean, I just thought it was awesome being giant monsters destroying every place, fighting as monsters never heard of. The only monster I knew was Mecha Godzilla and Godzilla. But yeah, this was ground zero for me to the Godzilla universe. It's a little old. It's really dated. It's really hard. I use cheat codes on this just to show you cheat codes. And yeah, and then the pamphlet's back there. So yeah. But yeah, it's kind of dated. If you want one of my favorite Godzilla games is for the PS2 and Xbox, which was Save the Earth. It's basically this, but re-enhanced with more characters and more. It's easier control, I think. So, but if you want this version, go ahead and get it. It's a really nice version, and it remains a nostalgic factor for me because it's what got me into Godzilla. Man, I'm just plowing through all these games. Alright, the next one is another Sonic game. Wow, a few of them that are ordered by me are Sonic right in a row. This was one of my favorites as a kid. This was another original release on the Dreamcast, but I never got it because I didn't know it existed. So, yeah. And that is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I just thought this one was really cool. Once, it introduced the character Shadow to me. Two, I liked the different stuff you could do with all the different characters. Like, the one I didn't care for were the treasure hunting, but that's just me. I never cared for those levels. I always cared for the Sonic and Shadow levels the best, because you just get to run through everything and blow everything up, but that's me. Yeah, this is a pretty cool Sonic game. This and Sonic Adventures are probably the only really good 3D Sonic games. There are some that I like, but I mean, they're just not as good as those two. But yeah, I recommend that one if you really like it. Like any of the Sonic 3D games. Now here's one that I liked as a kid, but it's kind of gone away from me past the years. It just doesn't give me the same kick as it did, if you want to say it that way. And that is Sonic Heroes. Now this is also for the PS2. Yeah, I don't know, but it's just kind of outgrown me a little bit. I mean, it's okay, but it's really weird. It kind of brought in when the Sonic games started going downhill, like 3D. But the whole concept is you're teams, and you have characters with different abilities, like Tails can fly, Sonic can move fast, Knuckles' power, and then they have all these other classes. There, if you wanna, if you wanna pause it, you can read them, see the characters. But I don't have the manual. I lost it because I liked reading the stuff inside. But wow, sorry about that. I just backhanded my my wow, I just backhanded my camera. Great. Alright. I guess I'll just keep that in because that's kind of funny. But anyway, this is an okay Sonic game. If you might want to pass on it because it's not the best, but yeah, I'll just stop there. Now this one, I just thought this one was great. I guess some people didn't like it, but I thought it was awesome when it was released. And that is this game, Shadow the Hedgehog. Now I remember watching the trailers for it and all these different things, and it looked really cool because one, it was a Sonic game with frickin' guns. Two, you got to blow people up, and three, well, I guess the swearing caught me off guard, because I mean, Shadow says damn a lot. Every time he dies, he says damn, and there's some hell moments. And I believe he said shit one time. I'm not sure. And that is, you turn it up, even though he says damn every time you die. So if you keep dying, he says damn. So, great rating, guys. But it's a really cool concept because it's basically a Sonic game, but you get to shoot stuff. And the shooting might not be the best, but it works well. for the game. And you can like choose your own path sort of way, and it's really cool concept. I believe I've done every single way, so I have like the complete story of each way. Like, you can be the good guy, you can be the normal guy who doesn't give a crap and wants to just find out for himself, or you can be the complete douchebag. Yeah, it's a really neat way of representing the character Shadow, because he's one of the more popular characters in the Sonic franchise. Alright, I think I have enough time to do one or two more. So this one right here is Sonic Riders. This is another iffy one. I still think it holds up kind of well today. I know there's the new version on the Wii, which I've never played. I think there's one on the Xbox, but it's Kinect. If I'm wrong, you can correct me. But it kind of didn't make sense. Why would Sonic be in a hoverboard contest when he can just frickin' run? But yeah, it's a kind of funny. But it does introduce a few characters which aren't special in any way. I don't think they've ever appeared ever again, like Jet and these two, Storm and the girl character who I can never remember her name. But try to keep up. But it's okay. Definitely, again, one of the more not as good Sonic games. Well, one, just racing. So it kind of is comparison to Mario Kart, just not as good. Alright, I think I will wrap this video up. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 3 and 2, because I filmed them right after each other, just so I could get a little more time that I have free time out of the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed these reviews. Well, just my collection, seeing it. And I hope you guys enjoyed my backhand slap to the camera. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time on either I continue my collection, showing off my collection, or doing a toy review, either or. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.